successful entrepreneur has to have that curiosity, that drive for learning, and also a growth mindset, because startups are so fast in evolving and growing. So as your company grows, as your company changes throughout the cycles, the leader, the entrepreneur leading the company must be able to evolve with the company.
Selamat datang di Vampire Podcast. Perkenalkan, aku Vania.
Dan aku Intan. Kita berdua adalah host untuk episode kali ini di Entrepreneurship Talk. It's the story on how she got there. Dan kali ini kita sudah bersama dengan Kak Samira Shihab. She is the CEO and founder of Tinkerlust and also the founder of Stellar Women. Hello, Kak Samira.
Hi, ladies. How are you doing?
We are good. We're so excited to learn from you and soak up all your wisdom. So yeah, we're so excited. How are you?
Good. I mean, today's been a busy day. I think year 2 pandemic has definitely been super busy. I cannot believe bentar lagi udah 2022. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Time goes by so fast. Busy.
Terima kasih banget Kak Samira sudah bersedia meluangkan waktunya berbagi pengalaman dan insight Kakak untuk refresh. Nah, sebelum kita memulai sesi Q&A, boleh Kakak memperkenalkan diri sedikit aja dan bisnis Kakak secara singkat. Silakan Kak.
Oke, boleh banget. Hai semua, saya Samira Shihab, CEO dan co-founder di Tinkerlust. Nah, kalau misalnya kalian belum pernah dengar Tinkerlust itu apa, ini salah satu pre-loved designer and luxury e-commerce yang ada di Indonesia. So kita udah launching sekitar 6 tahun yang lalu, and waktu kita launching kita salah satu leader in this space of sustainable and circular fashion. So semenjak itu we've been growing very rapidly, and we are very excited to be in Indonesian fashion landscape. Dan juga sebagai entrepreneur udah masuk ke 7 tahun, aku nge-launch yang namanya Stellar Women. So Stellar Women is a platform and community for women entrepreneurs and women leaders in various industries gitu di Indonesia. So kita launching itu akhir 2019, dan sekarang 2 tahun kemudian udah ada sekitar 10,000 member across Indonesia. So very excited about that. Yep, that's a little bit about my day-to-day. I'm also a mom of 2. I have 2 girls, anak perempuan 2, umur 10 tahun, dan juga umur 4 tahun.
Oh my God, thank you so much for the introduction. That on itself is already a big inspiration. Okay, I love how you are not only telling us about your business, but you are also showing yourself as a mother, and we love that. Nah Kak, ngomong-ngomong nih Kak, kita kan kita mau tahu banget Kak soal Tinkerlust and also Stellar Women. We really love the message behind it. Kayak we love sustainability too, dan oh my God, aku jatuh cinta banget on how Tinkerlust is doing its thing. Kayak the strategy is just so right. Aku tuh ngerasanya tuh gila, ini luxury brands, and terus kayak bener-bener yang nge-guide narik berbagai influencers, celebrities. I think that's like very effective. Dan yeah, of course, Stellar Women, it's amazing. Aku bahkan juga ada beberapa kali ikut workshopnya, and I love it too. So we want to know, Kak, we really want to know apa sih yang membuat Kakak memulai Tinkerlust dan juga Stellar Women?
Okay, so waktu kita mulai Tinkerlust dan waktu kita mulai Stellar Women, pasti ambisinya dan drivernya itu beda-beda. Alasannya lah, the reason, right? Kalau kita ngelihat 6 tahun yang lalu nge-launch Tinkerlust, benar-benar kita ngelihat business opportunity-nya. Apalagi waktu 2015-2016, digital dan tech landscape tuh masih blue ocean banget. tidak banyak e-commerce gitu kan. And kita ngelihat bahwa a platform for luxury and designer goods, khususnya pre-love, belum ada sebenarnya. Tapi kalau misalnya kita ngelihat di negara-negara lain, di Amerika, di Australia, di Jepang, kita ngelihat this type of business model works. Jadinya we realize, okay, kita nggak bisa copy and paste aja ya business modelnya, pastinya kita harus localize. So akhirnya Tinkerlust was created with the notion of it being a little bit more localized for the Indonesian market, gitu sih. So apa bedanya? Ya kita juga ada fast fashion. So kita bukan cuma luxury dan designer, tapi juga fast fashion gitu. Waktu membangun Stellar Women sebenarnya itu lebih side hustle dan passion project gitu. Mungkin karena udah beberapa tahun menjalani hidup sebagai entrepreneur kan. Nah, ini the journey of an entrepreneur can be very challenging, can be very lonely, especially juga as a female entrepreneur gitu. So akhirnya aku launching Stellar Women buat mengumpulkan dan kayak membangun network lah gitu, so that we can support each other as we're going through this way of life. So I think it's like definitely reasoning yang sangat berbeda ya, tapi both of them are, close to my heart for sure.
That's very interesting. Okay, so it all kind of comes from you, yeah. So it's pretty authentic, especially like, I love that. I love the fact that this is also like a business that you made yourself, like self-made business. That's really cool. Nah, Kak, kalau misalnya background Kakak dalam mengembangkan bisnisnya gitu. So like one thing is trying to pop up with ideas kan. Kayak oke, mungkin ini tuh bagus gitu. Prospeknya bagus seperti yang tadi Kakak jelaskan. Nah, how do you feel like ini tuh benar-benar bisa loh untuk dikembangkan?
Okay. So I think the strategy for every entrepreneur adalah knowledge and education gitu. Sebenarnya kalau misalnya kita ada access to both, then access to improve our education and our knowledge, sebenarnya those are our assets that we can eventually commercialize. So apa privilege-nya entrepreneurs sekarang yang misalnya hidup di luar? Mereka tuh tahu apa yang akan trending misalnya dan membawa balik ke Indonesia. And that's actually knowledge and exposure, right? So I think that for a lot of entrepreneurs, one thing that we have in common is that we have this curiosity to learn. And because we have that curiosity, we're always, exploring new disciplines, new types of businesses, which can then be commercialized into a company or a project or a side hustle gitu. So kalau salah satu kunci sih sebenarnya, how do we use our exposure? How do we use this knowledge for commercial purposes? Yaitu a business kan. Vania, I was also a teacher before. Did you know that? Fun fact.
Wow. What teacher?
Where did you teach?
I taught at Venus University International, Venus International, as a marketing lecturer. So I used to teach marketing di situ. Sebenarnya, it was really fun for me. I really enjoyed it. I loved meeting the students. And I think that in my future, hopefully I can go back to some kind of academia.
Passion for learning ya, Kak.
Yeah.
So and teaching.
Definitely, I have a passion for learning. I think I've always been very curious. Like, going back to my undergrad, for example, I actually triple majored. So I was an econ major, a psychology major, and an international studies major, because I just could not decide what I wanted to learn. You know what I mean? So I was just so curious. And I think that that's one trait that any successful entrepreneur has to have, that curiosity, that drive for learning, and also a growth mindset, because startups are so fast in evolving and growing. So as your company grows, as your company changes throughout the cycles, the leader, the entrepreneur leading the company must be able to evolve with the company. Kalau enggak, itu yang paling bahaya. Karena kalau misalnya kita nggak mau belajar, akhirnya kita stagnant. when we're stagnant, kita nggak mau inovasi, nggak mau develop diri, dan nggak mau develop the company, that's when a competitor can just surpass us gitu. So pastinya sebagai entrepreneur, you need to be able to improve yourself through education, through exposure, through different investments of oneself gitu. And so I think that it's great that like communities like Vampire exist, Stellar exist, because it's a way for us to network and to kind of buka mata ya dengan kayak tipe-tipe orang yang ada dan network baru gitu, opportunity yang mungkin sebelumnya kita nggak mengenal juga gitu kan.
I have another question. Jadi gini, kan Kak Samira ini adalah seorang entrepreneur. Nah, pasti Kak Samira pernah dong ngalamin yang namanya difficulties dalam bekerja. Apalagi kalau misalnya sekarang ini, di mana mostly kita semua itu kan WFH. Nah, gimana caranya kakak menghadapi kesulitan tersebut kalau dalam ini konteksnya pandemi ya kak? Ya jadi kalau misalnya kakak di rumah ada adaptasi yang harus diterapkan gitu kan ya kalau misalnya di rumah. Nah, how do you face that difficulties gitu loh?
Okay, so pastinya in the life of any individual gitu, whether she is an entrepreneur, just like a student, you know, a young professional, pasti akan ada hurdles in life, right? Now, hurdles in life, it really depends on your perspective and how you want to overcome it, gitu. Kalau misalnya kita ngelihat this is an opportunity for us to become better or to be able to change mungkin our strategy of life, that actually improves us in the long run. So, kalau misalnya ada kayak challenge for me, I always try to see how I can change my own personal strategy for that. So take for example, waktu kita mulai work from home gitu, it was a very challenging time for me in the beginning karena biasanya kan anak-anak sekolah, jadinya I go to work. So there's definitely a separation antara work and then life, right? Pasti ada separationnya. Tapi waktu kita work from home, it all became very close together. And waktu kita harus, nge-prioritasin like our work versus our family, it became much more difficult. So how did I decide to change my strategy? What I did was I decided to be more mindful and more present. Karena we have to understand that every single day there is a different goal, you know, there is a different purpose. Sometimes we need to prioritize our work and our deadline, and some other times we need to prioritize our family. But if you're in the moment of prioritizing your family, ya udah, that's what you concentrate on. But if you're focusing on a deadline or a pitch or something that you have to do for work, ya udah, you concentrate on that and you're focused on that. So I think it's all about like being mindful and having really great intentions about what you want to accomplish gitu. And you look at every challenge as an opportunity to learn and as an opportunity to get better.
Kakak itu kan as a mother and also as an entrepreneur harus pinter-pinter bagi waktu, betul nggak?
Yes.
Gimana caranya kakak membagi waktu jadi harus jadi seorang ibu dan harus jadi seorang entrepreneur, nah gimana tuh? Boleh nggak di-share tips-tipsnya buat campus?
Yes, for sure. So yang pertama adalah kita harus have a lot of self-discipline. So I think self-discipline is key to managing a very busy and demanding schedule. So that means I don't have like maksudnya Netflix series kayak 3 jam itu, I don't have time for that karena that's not my priority. So yang pertama adalah you need to understand what is the priority of your life. Usually we cannot have it all at the same time. So we need to understand what is our priority and be disciplined with the time that we have. That means we need to set boundaries and focus just on what we aim for. So I think that like kalau misalnya kita mau set our time or set our boundaries gitu, we need to understand what is our vision for our life. What is our goal that we want to reach dulu gitu. Based on our goal, then we kind of work back. Okay, sebenarnya is this time contributing for me to reach that goal, yes or no gitu. Pastinya salah satu goal of a mother is for me to become a better mother. So spending time with your kids will make you become a better mother, right? Tapi yeah,
Yes.
maybe also exercising will become a better mother. Why? Because you have me time, you're healthy, you get to keep up with your kids, things like that, right? So you need to understand your goal and your vision for life dulu, and then it will actually give you more clarity on how you set boundaries and discipline for yourself gitu. Tapi I think discipline is such a great trait for everybody to have.
Ooh, that is very insightful. That's actually very, very insightful. Nah, Kak, talking about kegagalan, Kak, about failure. Ada nggak sih, Kak, kegagalan yang benar-benar at one time it hits you and it makes you learn so much from it? Would you please share to us?
Yes, of course. So sebenarnya Tinkerlust is not my first startup. Sebelumnya I had a startup yang di bidang F&B software technology gitu. So right after I graduated from my MBA, I started the company di Indonesia, and kita jalan sekitar 1,5 tahun. Tapi kok kita nggak mencapai milestone-nya gitu. Akhirnya I realized I wasn't very passionate about it, so we decided ya udah ditutup aja gitu. To be honest, having a failure like that at that time really decreased your confidence gitu. Your confidence, and you have a increased sense of insecurity karena you feel like, oh, maybe I'm not meant for this. Akhirnya setelah itu aku ambil keputusan mau kerja aja gitu. But then after a couple of years of working, I realized, okay, I think I'm ready to start another company gitu. And then that was Tinkerlust. With the failure, and I like to think of it as a badge of honor, because I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs have to go through failures to actually learn about themselves and to learn their biggest lessons in life juga kan. So I feel like once I went through that, it became a badge of honor for me, like, oh, I experienced it and I survived gitu kan. And also what I learned from my first startup, I definitely applied to Tinkerlust to make it grow as it did. Yeah, so I think that like in every failure, it's just like a challenge, right? Like I mentioned before, you look at it as an opportunity to learn and to rise and to really like become better, because I think that we only have one life juga kan. So why not become the best version of ourselves juga gitu, and look at these challenges as exercises for us to become sharper, to become better versions of ourselves, for us to become updated, you know what I mean? Just like a version update kayak gitu. So yeah, I mean, pastinya kalau kita lagi menjalani sesuatu failure atau rejection, it is definitely demotivating. It can be a very dark time in our life, but I think that in the end, it is actually what's best for us to grow as people and as individuals.
Oh, wow. It's like di situ ada growth mindset, di situ ada acceptance, di situ ada that's a very interesting perspective on how we should see failure. As you said, kayak as a badge of honor. Oof, that's really cool. And yeah, we love that. Thank you so much. By the way, Kak, karena kakak kan udah as you said before, you have gone through that failure, terus kakak juga sempat apa yang ngerasa that kind of decrease the self-confidence. How do you bounce back?
Yeah, bouncing back is hard. Tapi kayaknya I feel like even the most confident people have days of insecurity. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I think that one of the ways in which you can always improve your self-confidence is think about the version of yourself that you want to be, that you would be confident about, right? And then think of yourself, who you are right now. And between now and who you want to be, what is the gap there? That's the place where you need to improve. And those are like your homeworks or like your exercises that you need to improve on. So misalnya you feel, you don't feel like you have a lot of friends, for example. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people feel like lonely or mungkin they're introverted, but they feel like success for them when they're confident adalah they will have a lot of friends. Ya udah, why don't you make a strategy for it? Connect to old friends, join new communities, minta dikenalin, and those are your stages or steps for you to become a better version. Tapi along the way, along the journey, you actually learn a little bit about yourself, and actually going through that journey increases your confidence too.
Jadi jalanin aja ya. As long as you get through it, it will come back. Is that also what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like everybody has an ideal version of themselves, but it's not overnight, right? So we have to work towards that person, but through that journey of becoming her, yeah, we enjoy the journey.
I think that's a very, very, very good like guide for everyone. Thank you so much for that.
You're
Vania.
welcome.
Okay. Nah, next question, Kak. Apakah ada skill tertentu yang perlu dimiliki apabila ingin menjadi seorang entrepreneur?
Okay, so I think that there are two main skill sets. Actually, there's a lot, but this is what I feel like it's very important. Yang pertama adalah networking. Networking is very key for any entrepreneur. It's a skill set that is underestimated, actually. Networking is just about connecting to people in a way that create a relationship for the long run, right? So through the years, your network will add value to you and to your ecosystem gitu kan. So I think networking is a skill set that can be practiced and can be learned, and some people are naturally better at it, but it doesn't mean that if you don't have that innate skill set, it should discourage you gitu. That's number one. Yang number two adalah communication. Why is communication so important? Because as an entrepreneur, as a leader, you need to be able to communicate with your potential partners, your stakeholders, collaborators, and most importantly, you need to articulate your vision to your team and potentially to investors. So you need to have very expressive and articulate communication skills, and also it helps with your negotiation and your sales tactics. So I think it's definitely a key skill set to have.
So we're talking about how to make sustainable business.
Okay.
Nah, kakak ada tips nggak sih gimana caranya untuk bisa mempertahankan relevansi bisnis kita dengan perkembangan zaman?
Okay, so I think it's all about konsumen kita, market kita itu siapa, dan how does our company connect and relate to them. Karena kalau misalnya Tinkerlust, right? Tinkerlust is a sustainable business. That's what we pride ourselves on. Tapi 5 tahun yang lalu, nobody knew what a sustainable concept is. So we need to communicate to them in an easier way so that it's more accessible to them. So I think that the key to any successful business is definitely understanding your market, but then again, evolving your business to always become relevant for your market. How do you get that? You understand their insights, you understand their consumer behavior, you understand how certain changes in your business will affect them and influence them. Yeah.
Oke. Nah, kita masih banyak pertanyaan, tapi sayang banget waktunya nggak memungkinkan. Nah, mungkin Kak Samira ada sepatah dua patah kata yang kakak mau sampaikan ke Pempres.
Sure. Well, first of all, Vania, Intan, thank you so much for having me today. I really enjoyed our conversation. I think for a small note for the listeners, the most important thing in life is always improving yourself. So before you expect it from others to change, change yourself. Do stand up and look for the opportunities in which you can become better, learn more, and live life to the fullest, because time goes by so fast. So make it count,
Words
Yes.
to live by again. Oh wow, thank you so much, Kak Samira Shihab.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And good luck to the entire community. Bye,
Thank you
guys.
so much. Bye-bye, kakak.
Bye.
And that wraps up our episode with Kak Samira Shihab. So, thank you so much Fempress for being here with us dari awal sampai akhir udah dengerin kita. Dan aku Intan.
Dan aku Vania, kami berdua pamit undur diri. Stay tune terus di episode selanjutnya. Dan jangan lupa untuk follow akun sosial media kita dan subscribe YouTube kita, Vampire Indonesia. See you on the next episode. Bye!
Bye Fempress!